Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to the session on Tadvidya Sambhasha Parishat. Today we are going to learn about the Sutra Sthana of Caraka Samhita. The Sutra Sthana of Caraka Samhita is a very important chapter, is an important section of Caraka Samhita, wherein it mainly is considered to be as the Shiraha Shubhaha. We know that Caraka Samhita is originally the Agnivesha Tantra. The Agnivesha Tantra, which was written by Acharya Agnivesha, it was taught by the Punarvasu Atreya, the Adya Upadeshta of the Agnivesha Tantra. We have many commentators who have commented upon this particular text, and among those, Acharya Chakrapani's Ayurveda Deepika is considered to be the best one. So let us start with the prayer of Acharya Chakrapani, who has written the commentary on Caraka Samhita in a very detailed way and a very beautiful way. Acharya Chakrapani starts his explanations with the Prarthana Shloka. Let us start today's class with the Prarthana Shloka from Ayurveda Deepika of Acharya Chakrapani. Gunatraya vibhetena murtitrayamupeyushe trayi bhuve trinetraya triloki pataye namaha saraswatyai namo yasyaha prasadat punyakarmabhihi buddhidarpana sankrantam jagadadyakshamikshate brahmadakshashvidevesha bharadvaja punarvasu हुताशवेश चरक प्रभृतिभ्यो नमो नमः पातंजल महाभाष्य चरक प्रतिसंस्कृतैः मनोवाक्काय दोषाणां हर्त्रे अहिपते नमः. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So with this shloka, let us start the sutrana of the Caraka Samhita Sutra Sthana. As we know, all of you are aware that the Caraka Samhita Sutra Sthana forms an important part of the Purvardha of Caraka Samhita. For the second year BAMS syllabus, we have the Purvardha, which consists of mainly the Sutra Sthana, Nidana, Vimana, Sharira and the Indriya Sthanas. Among these, the Sutra Sthana has been given a lot of importance. Of course, the content of the Sutra Sthana is large as compared to the other sthanas, and also we know that the Sutra Sthana is considered to be the Shiraha Shubham, that is one of the Shloka Sthana. It is also called as Shloka Sthana because it comprises of all the aspects which are detailed further in the Caraka Samhita. So you can see that there are many instances and many references in this Sutra Sthana which will give the guidance for many other aspects which are related to Nidana, or it may be related to the Chikitsa or related to the Siddhi of the Chikitsa. All of these things have been discussed in detail in some regions and also in a summarized way in the Sutra Sthana in different chapters. Now, if we consider the chapters of Sutra Sthana, we have the 30 chapters of Sutra Sthana, very similar to the 30 chapters of Ashtanga Hridaya, which we have learnt in the first year. So, among the 30 chapters, I believe that probably before the lockdown, around 10 chapters might have been completed in your college. At least 10 chapters. Of course, in some of the colleges it might be furthermore, but as teachers have to cover other aspects also, there is other sthanas also, we believe that probably at least 10 chapters of the Caraka Samhita Sutra Sthana might have been completed. Therefore, considering that, we are starting the the explanations of the Caraka Samhita Sutra Sthana from the 11th chapter, that is the Tistraishaniya Adhyaya. This Tistraishaniya Adhyaya is the 11th chapter of Caraka Samhita Sutra Sthana and also belongs to the Nirdesha Chatushka of the Sutra Sthana. We already know that the Sutra Sthana of Charaka Samhita has been classified into Chatushka. Chatushka refers to the groups of four. Chatushka, Chatuhu, that is four. Four chapters have been classified in each section, and we have Sapta Chatushka, that is the Bheshaja, Swastha, Nirdesha, Kalpana, Roga, Yojana, and Annapana Chatushka. Other, that is, it completes the 28 chapters of the Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthana. The other two chapters, that is the 29th and the 30th chapter, are considered to be the Sangrahadvaya, that is the Arthe Dashamaha, the Dashapranayatana Adhyaya and the Arthe Dashamaha Mulyam Adhyaya. The 29th and the 30th chapters respectively are considered to be the Sangrahadvaya. Whereas, if we consider the Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthana, the Chatushkas, this Chatushka methodology has been adopted. It is believed that it has been adopted from the Upanishadic classics. That is, in the Upanishadic period, we see that many of the texts have the similar kind of presentation, and in Charaka Samhita, it is believed that this also belongs to the writing of the Charaka Samhita. Belongs to the Upanishadic period. Therefore, we find this particular Chatushka methodology in the Charaka Samhita also. So, in the Ayurveda Grantha, if you see that among many of the Samhitas, we have this particular methodology very, very unique to this particular Samhita, that is Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthana specifically. Why am I highlighting this particular topic is because the classification of the chapters into Chatushkas will help us in understanding the themes of the Samhita. The ideologies which are considered or classified as a theme will always help us in understanding the subject matter better. For example, when you consider the Sutra Sthana, we said that it contains the summary of all the content which has been described in the Charaka Samhita. When you consider this, you can see that it is very difficult for a person to present anything in a way wherein people can understand the things which are dealt further, because sometimes there will be references of the things which will be given in a very short way in the Sutra Sthana, but you will understand the meaning only when you consider the studying of the Vimana Sthana or the Chikitsa Sthana or the Siddhi Sthana. But you can see that in Charaka Samhita, the comprehensive understanding, the word comprehensive is very important. Comprehensive means it doesn't leave anything, but it will include almost all the aspects which are important and to be understood by a student. Therefore, if you consider the in comparison to the Sushruta Samhita, Charaka Samhita contains more Gadya rather than Padya. So, the classification of the chapters into Chatushkas will help us in understanding the themes of the ideas which have been given in the whole of the text. Now, when you consider these 7 Chatushka, you can see that it is the first Chatushka is the Swastha Chatushka, which mainly indicates that Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshanam is our motto. Then is the Bheshaja, that is Bheshaja in the second Chatushka. But before we do the Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshanam, we know that why this particular Charaka Samhita was dealt or was came into being. So if we go on with that particular reason, it is said in the Ayurveda Avatarana in the first chapter itself that Vigna Bhuta Yada Roga Pradurbhuto Shririnam. That is, when the Vignata of the Tapa, Upavasa, Swadhyaya, etc. happened, it was necessary for a Shastra to combat with these particular obstacles. For that reason, you can see that the Bheshaja Chatushka has been told first, even before the Swastha Chatushka. So, you can see that the Bheshaja is very important because you are going to become a doctor, and a Bhishak is always should be equipped with the Bheshaja. Therefore, Bheshaja Chatushka has been given first importance, wherein some of the dravyas have been already enumerated, which will be very much helpful for the Chikitsa. Later, the unfolding of the themes have been done further on. For example, in the Swastha Chatushka, mainly the aspects related to the Swasthya Rakshana has been taken. Then after that is the important aspect which is called as the Nirdesha Chatushka. That is wherein there is a proper direction given for the bishak as how to go on with the chikitsa or how to have an approach. These things have been dealt in the Nirdesha Chatushka. So in the Nirdesha Chatushka, what the chapter what we are dealing today, the 11th chapter belongs to the Nirdesha Chatushka. That is why we will elaborate a little about the Nirdesha Chatushka today. The Nirdesha Chatushka mainly consists of 4 chapters, that is the Khuddhaka Chatushpada Adhyaya, Maha Chatushpada Adhyaya, Tistraishaniya Adhyaya and the Vatakalaliyam Adhyaya. So the Khuddhaka Chatushpada Adhyaya, Maha Chatushpada Adhyaya mainly deals with the healthcare management. You can see that the healthcare industry itself is a very vast industry. It consists of the patient, the patient is the customer here. It consists of the service provider. So in the service provider end, you have the doctor, the that is the bishak, the upasthata, and also the bheshaja, the medicine. So you can see that the healthcare industry mainly depends upon these factors. That is the the receiver of the service or the healthcare service is the patient, that is the rogi, and at the service provider's end you have many aspects. That is, you have the pharmaceutical industry, the whole pharmaceutical industry which will be helpful for this, is an integral part of the healthcare system. You have the doctors, that is all the healthcare professionals. You have the nursing faculty, that is mainly the upasthata, and also you have the other supporting staff which comes under the the upasthata category itself. So the healthcare management has been beautifully explained in the Khuddhaka Chatushpada Adhyaya in a summarized way with the help of the the Hetu Sutra, Linga Sutra and the Aushadha Sutra. You can also see that the explanations of the in the chapter of Khuddhaka Chatushpada Adhyaya are in the order of Pancha Avayava Vakya. This can be seen very beautifully in the Khuddhaka Chatushpada Adhyaya. In the Mahachatushpada Adhyaya, the same healthcare management has been further elaborated in a detailed way, wherein we can understand the importance of each of the Chatushpada. That is the Shodasha Kala Beshaja. Here Kala is very important. The word Kala mainly refers to the Guna, that is the characteristics of the Chatushpada. So with this Nirdesha, that is, these are the directions given for the Bishak, as to which the complete healthcare management will be controlled. When you know this, you also have to know that what are the expectations of the receivers of the service, of this particular service. That is, you are giving the healthcare service. Who is the receiver? The patient is the receiver. So if you consider from the patient's perspective, or the person when he is swastha, that is, already Beshaja and Swastha Chatushka have been already detailed. If you consider a person is already doing all the Dinacharya, Rutucharya properly, he is following all the Swastha Vritta in a proper way. Considering all these things, you can see that in the management of the Roga or in the management of the Swasthya itself, you can see that there are many approaches. So when you find the approaches, the thinking of the persons, that is how people think, also has to be understood. So what are the aims of a person? That is, you are treating Manushya, because Charaka Samhita or all the Samhitas mainly deal with the Manusha Ayurveda. We are not talking about the Pashu Ayurveda or the Vriksha Ayurveda. We are mainly focusing on the Manusha Ayurveda. So for a Manushya or for a Purusha, what are the things which are very, very important or will be expected to be important in his life? What are his future predictions? What are his aims? What are his desires? All these things will be very important for us. So what the patient wants is what we have to give. So Kuddhaka Chatushpada Adhyaya and the Mahachatushpada Adhyaya mainly gives the nirdesha for a bishak as how you should be, or what are the gunas, or what are the characteristics you should be um, having in order to give the, or in order to provide the healthcare service. Now it is very important for us to also understand that what the patient wants, or what are the desires of the patient, or what are the desires of the Purusha as such. So for that the Nirdesha has been given in a very very beautiful way. So this Nirdesha has been explained in the chapter of this Tistraishaniya Adhyayam. So this Tistraishaniya Adhyaya mainly deals with Trayaha Eshanaha. There is Tistraishaniya. The word refers that it is of the three Eshana. Trayaha Eshanaha. Eshana means what? Eshana means something which is related to searching. You search something, that is called as the Eshana. So when you in research methodology you have this particular word, that is Eshana or Pariyeshana is usually used. Pari means Paritaha, that is all surrounding, or one which is in a all perspective way, defined in all round perspective. So Eshana very specifically refers of searching something or in desire of something. So any Purusha is expected to have three kinds of desires in his life. Trayaha Eshanaha. That we have learned from this particular title, that is Adhikarana of this particular chapter. So this Adhyaya, coming under the context of Nirdesha Chatushka, is directing ourselves towards seeking the knowledge of three kinds of desires. So let us understand this particular chapter in detail. Today we will be discussing about the aspects which are related to this particular Adhyaya, a section of this, that is mainly the first kind of trika, that is you might have noticed in this particular chapter that in the Caraka Samhita many of the chapters are detailed in a certain way. Whereas in Caraka Samhita you can see that there is a section called Tatra Shlokaha. Tatra Shloka means at the end of the chapter you can see that there are some shlokas which will summarize all the aspects of that particular chapter. So in this chapter also you can see that the in the last, that is in the Tatra Shlokau, you can see that Eshanaha Samupastambaha Balam Karanam Amayaha Tistraishaniye Margascha Bishajo Beshajanicha Tritvena Ashto Samuddishtaha Krishnatrayena Dhimata Bhava Bhaveshu Asaktena Eshu Sarvam Pratishtitam. So here you can see that the Tatra Tritvena Ashtau, that is Ashta Tritva has been told. That is section of three kinds of things have been told, and they are of 8 types. So Ashtatrika has been told in this particular chapter. Samuddishtaha Krishnatrayena Dhimataha. This has been told in the 64th and the 65th shloka. There is the 8 last shlokas of this particular chapter. So when you consider this particular chapter has 65 shlokas totally, and among these 65 shlokas you can see that around 30 shlokas are in the Anushtup Chandas, and the all other shlokas are in the Gadya form. Okay, that is, you can see that they are in the sentence form, whereas other around 30 shlokas are in the shloka form. That is, around 30 shlokas are in the Anushtup Chandas specifically. There are no other chandas present in this particular chapter. Anushtup Chandas is very easy to learn also, right? So if you consider the content of this particular chapter, we have already known that in the last section of the chapter they have told that there are Ashtatrika. Among those we will be seeing first Trika, that is the Trividha Eshana today. Okay, so we will start with this chapter today. Ekadasho Adhyayaha Atatas Tistraishaniyam Adhyayam Vyakyasyamaha Iti Hasmaha Bhagavan Atreyaha. Bhagavan Atreya, that is Atreya Punarvasu, is expounding the chapter of this Tistraishaniyam Adhyayam. So the third shloka, Iha kalu purushena anupahata sattva buddhi paurusha parakramena hitamiha च अमुष्मींश्च लोके समनुपश्यता तिस्रः एषणाः परियेष्टव्या भवन्ति तद्यथा प्राणेषणा धनेषणा परलोकेषणा इति. So if you consider any person, like we were discussing, that the Purusha will have usually three desires or many desires. Among those, three desires are very, very important, is what is the Nirdesha given. That is, this is the expected desire. These are the expected desire. That is the three desires. What are they? They are Pranishana, Dhanishana, Paralokeshana iti. So when you consider this desire, these desires may not be the desires of a rogi. These desires will be the desires of a person who is having the above qualities. What are those qualities? Iha kalu purushena anupahata sattva buddhi paurusha parakramena hitamiha amushmimsha loke samanupashyata tisraheshana parishtava bhavati. That is, a person who is already having the purushena anupahata sattva. The sattva should not be upahata. That is, the manas should be anupahata. It should not be affected by any ragadi roga. Then anupahata buddhi. Anupahata buddhi means he should have proper buddhi or the intellect. That is, shubha karma vivechana should be proper, right? And he should have a nishchayatmika. Buddhi is what? Buddhi ya nishchayatmika. That is, he should have the proper decisive capacity. Paurusha means he should have the physical strength. Parakrama is the mental stability, right? And hitamiha, that is, always he should have the desire of having, or he should always be having the hita, that, or he should desire for always having good things here in this particular loka and also in the paraloka. Iha and para, both the worlds. That is, para means we are mainly speaking about the world beyond what we are living now. That is, after death or after the moksha. All these things have been considered. So, if you consider the Purusha who is having Anupahata Sattva, this Anupahata word is connected to all the other words. Anupahata Sattva, Anupahata Buddhi, Anupahati Paurusha, Anupahata Parakrama. So, with these qualities, if a person is endowed with, that person should have three kinds of Eshana. He should search for three things in his life. What are those? First one is Pranayishana. Pranayishana means he should search for protecting his life, because life is more important. He should live, right? So the person, though he is having the physical and the mental capacity, he is having good buddhi and also he is having anupahata sattva. Now he should protect himself with the help of the shastra. So the pranayishana is one of the first aims of any person. Then comes the dhaneshana. If you have the prana, in order to protect your prana and also to continue your life, you want dhana. So therefore, dhaneshana, search for dhana or wealth, is also important. It is not that wealth is something which you have to acquire in an excessive manner. Dhana here refers to what is required for protecting your prana and also your family and the relatives. All these things come under the dhaneshana. The third thing is the paralokeshana. Paralokeshana means the paraloka. That is, you have to search for attaining the moksha. That is paraloka. To become one with the surrendering to the God, or becoming one with the Atma. All these aspects, the philosophical aspects in the life, that is the adhyatmika jnana. For that there should be search. There should be a search for the adhyatmika jnana, knowledge for the towards the moksha. So in the first chapter you have learnt that dharmartha kama mokshanam arogyam moolam uttamam rogastasya apahartaraha shreyaso jivitasya cha. That is, we have seen that dharma, artha, kama and moksha, these are the chaturvida purushartha, and for that reason we have to study Ayurveda. That is what we have learnt in the first chapter of Caraka Samhita Sutra Sthana, that is in the Dirghan Jivitiyam Adhyayam. But you can see that here they are telling only about three Eshanas. That is a search for three things. What are they? That is the Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Paralokeshana. So there are four in the first chapter. Now it has been reduced to three. Why has been this seen is because you can see that Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Paralokeshana. So if you consider the Dharma, Artha and Kama, three things, these are deduced into two, that is the praneshana and the dhaneshana. So dharma, artha and kama, if you consider, the desires of acquiring the wealth comes under the dhaneshana. So kama here refers to what? In the context of Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthana first chapter, kama is desire for long life, right? Dirghan jivita, kama for dirghan jivana, that has been told. So therefore the desire for having a long life has been already told in the praneshana. That is, you have to have a good life or good prana. That is, protecting the prana is one of your desires. The second desire usually will be the dhaneshana, that is for acquiring the artha. So the desire for having the prana and desire having the dhana, both of the things are already dealt here. What about dharma? Dharma comes under the dhaneshana itself here, because if you want to do acquire wealth, you should always follow the dharma. By following the dharma, you are acquiring the dhana, and by following the dharma itself, you are following the praneshana. That is, you are searching the ways and methods as how to have a long life. Therefore, you can see that the four aspects, Chaturvisha with the Purushartha, which has been told in the first chapter, here it has been deduced to the Praneshana, Dhaneshana and the Paralokeshana. That is, the desires for having these three things. Therefore, the Dharma, Artha and Kama becomes under the category of Praneshana and Dhaneshana itself. Therefore, you have only three things which have been dealt here: Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Paralokeshana. So, let us see what is this Praneshana. So, the next shloka, that is the fourth shloka, deals with the fourth gadya. Sorry, it is not shloka, it is gadya here. So for fourth gadya mainly explains the praneshana. What is praneshana here? Asam tu khalu eshanam praneshana tavat purvataram apadyeta kasmat prana parityagehi sarvatyagaha. Now we can see that among the eshana, that is search for three things in life, the praneshana has been given a lot of importance. That is the search for the methods through which you can protect your prana. That has been given importance. That is the first thing which has been explained. Now you can see in the Brihatris that whatever has been explained first will have a lot of importance. So by giving due importance to something, it will be told first. So the order, that is Vidhana Tantra Yukti, is very important. Whenever something is told first, that means that the first one will have a lot of importance. It is not that something is in ascending order, something which is small is told first. You cannot take the consideration of the Suchikata Nyaya here. You have to consider the explanation that whatever is told first is more important, because that is the highlight of the subject matter. Therefore, here we considering that praneshana has been told first, that is why praneshana is having more importance. So prana is having importance. Why? Kasmat. That is the question here. Why has it been given importance? Prana parityagehi sarvatyagaha. So if prana is not there, there is nothing. Now here the negative aspect has been considered here, right? That is, it has been taken in a viparya way. That is, viparya has been taken here. That is, for example, if somebody asks you that what is important in your life, then you if you name something, like for example you say that money is very important, and somebody says why is money important for you, then the next answer from you will be, if money is not there, nothing is there. If not there, that particular viparyatva is taken into consideration here, right? If you do not have something, that is the absence, the abhava of something is, if it is felt, then you feel the importance of the presence of it, right? So therefore, the absence of the prana is what? There is nothing. That is, you cannot survive with that. That is why the whole world is striving for today, right? See, why are we sitting at home? Why are we having these online classes? Is because we are having the desire for protecting our prana. So we have left everything else and we are sitting at home to get avoid ourselves from the karana for the roga, right? So therefore, Pranatyaga hi sarvatyagaha, it is told. Even all these national leaders are behind this. They are saying that you have to protect your life first, because Jaan hai to Jahan hai. That is what is the message given by our national leaders also. That is Jaan, that is the prana. Prana is more important for us rather than anything, right? So that is what is told. Pranatyagi hi sarvatyagaha. If there is no prana, then you have to leave everything else. There is no importance for anything else other than prana. Tasya anupalanam. So you have to do the anupalana of this prana. If you are doing the anupalana of this prana properly, then everything else will work. Otherwise, nothing will work. Right? The economy also will be dropped. So tasya anupalanam swasthasya swastha vrittanuvrittihi. So how are you going to enable this sharira with the help of prana for a longer period of time? For that, what you have to do, tasya anupalanam, the anupalana, anu means one which is near, palanam means what? The palana means the portion or nourishment of this or continuity of something. So the anupalana of the prana can be done with the help of swasthasya swastha vrittanuvrittihi. That is, the person who is already well, or he is not having any disease, swastha vrittanuvrittihi, that is, the anuvritti of the swastha vritta has to be done. That is, the proper following of the regimen has to be done. That is why you have all the directions how you have to do, guidelines as how you have to live healthy. Now the national national mission for the health mission especially is mainly giving the guidelines. It is giving the direction. The Ministry of Ayush is also giving the guidelines. It is giving the directions. All are giving you directions and instructions. So all these guidelines and instructions are what? Nirdesha. Nirdesha is how to follow a particular pattern of lifestyle through which you can attain the mukti from the roga. That is what is the importance here. So swasthasya swastha vrittanuvrittihi. The anuvritti of the swastha vritta has to be done. That has to be given importance. Then aturasya vikara prashamane apramadaha. Then of course there is importance for the atura vikara prashamana, because if you can avoid the roga, then you have almost won over the disease. That is what is more important for us. Therefore, the aturasya vikara prashamane apramadaha. That is, then comes the importance of the atura vikara prashamana. Vikara prashamana, that is the curing of the disease of, or the prashamana, elevating of the disease of the person who is suffering with this particular disease. Tad ubhayam metad uktam vakshyate cha. Both of these have been told. Ubhayam eva. That is, both praneshana includes the swastha anuvritti as well as the vikara prashamana. Both have been considered here. Why both have been considered is because prevention is also, as prevention is important, in the same way for the prana rakshana, the vikara prashamana is also very, very important. Without the aspects of vikara prashamana, you cannot attain praneshana, or prana cannot be controlled, or prana cannot be protected without the help of vikara prashamana. Therefore, the whole of the Samhita is not only the importance for the preventive aspects, but also curative aspects have been told. Almost half of the Samhita is mainly for the curative aspect, right? Because with vikara prashamana, definitely you can attain the the achievement wherein you can protect the prana. This can happen. So the ubhaya, that is both the ways, it has been tackled. The praneshana is having importance. Tad yathoktam anuvartamanah prananupalanam dirgham ayuho avapnoti iti pratameshana vyakhyata bhavanti. So if you are fulfilling these these particular criteria, that is, one is the swastha anuvritti, so that is swastha vritta anuvritti, and also the vikara prashamana. If both the things are tackled well, or both the things are fulfilled satisfactorily, then prana anupalana and dirghayu avapnoti, that is, dirghayu avapnoti means the person will have dirghayu with the help of the prana anupalana. If the prana is continuing, then he will have dirghayu. So this can be achieved with the help of swasthasya Swasthavrittasya Anuvrittihi, and also the Vikara Prashamana, Upaya. Both of these things will help us in understanding the whole context of praneshana. Why prana is more important? Now we have understood in this particular section that among the three desires a person should have, what kind of a person? The person who is having anupahata sattva, buddhi, paurusha and parakrama. That kind of person who is already a swastha has to have the search for knowledge about three things. What are they? They are the praneshana, dhaneshana and the paralokeshana. So the first answer or the upaya for the prana eshana is twofold. That is, it is ubhayatmaka. What are they? First one is the swastha vrittasya anuvrittihi. The second thing is the vikara prashamana upaya. Both of the things have been dealt in this samhita further. So we have to what is the result out of this? What is the outcome? Outcome also has been palana and also dirghayu avapnoti. There is dirghayu and the prana anupalana. Both of these things will be helpful for us in order to have the knowledge about the prana, right? So this is the outcome. Prana anupalana and the dirghayu is the outcome. The reason for that, that is the karana, which is for there is, if you consider the karya karana vada here, the application of the karya karana vada, the karana will be the swasthasya swasthanuvrittihi, and the outcome will be, that is the karya will be prana anupalana and the dirghayu. These will be the karya which we attain with the help of, with the praneshana. And what is the hetu for it? The hetu is that prana pratyagi hi sarvatyagaha. So the hetu for all these things, why we are doing, that is, what is the karya yoni here? Karya yoni is that the without prana sarva parityagaha. We have the tyaga of the prana, we have to leave everything else. So praneshana is very, very important for us. This has been highlighted in this particular gadya. So the next gadya, that is the fifth gadya, mainly explains the dhaneshana. That is, what are the methods through which we can attain dhana, or why is this dhana important? That also, all the aspects related to it has been mainly considered here. Atha dvitiyam dhaneshanam apadyeta pranebhyo hi anantaram dhanameva pariyeshtavyam bhavati. After prana, now you are living, you are having good health, fine. What is the next thing? The next thing is, in order to do the anupalana of the prana, what you need to do, it has been told that swasthas vrittasya anuvrittihi. Now you have to, we say that you have to do nasya, you have to do kandusha, you have to do nantadavana, you have to do sthana, anjana, you have to do vyayama, all these things. But you need upakarana for all these things. In order to do that is, you have to have paraphernalia. You should have the taila, anutaila for the nasya. You have to buy it, or you have to prepare it. For that you need some dhana. You have to have the you have to do gandusha. For that you need taila. You have to eat good food. For that food you have to earn. Only if you earn, you will have your own food. Because whatever food you earn or whatever food you eat should be earned with the help of dharma. That is, it should be dharma paraha. So whatever you have done, earned with the by doing the things in a righteous way, that only that kind of food you have to eat. That is what is indicated. So if you have to do something, then you have to know that what are the means through which you can attain wealth. Because you have to do swasthavritta anuvritti. If you want to do swasthavritta anuvritti, then you should have a little bit of dhana, whatever is sufficient for yourself. So atha dvitiyam dhaneshanam apadyeta pranebhyo hi anantaram. After the prana is attained, or prana rakshana is done, dhanameva pariyeshtavyam bhavati. The second important factor in our life is the dhaneshana. Therefore, you know that prana is the first thing, dhana is the second thing. It is told, nahi ataha papiyo asti yad anupakarnasya dirghamayuhu. So if you do not have the upakarana for the things to do, then you cannot get away from the sins or the papa. Now we know that we might have done a lot of papa in our purva janma or in the iha janma also. In order to get rid of this and also to attain the good prana, we have to have upakarana. Now there is a philosophical understanding here also, that is anupakaranaha, that is the persons who are devoid of everything, they will follow the moksha, the path of moksha. That is what is indicated. But here, in order to follow the prana rakshana upaya, you have to have a little bit of dhana also. You should have a little bit of upakarana. Of course, the anupakarana, that is leaving everything, is the last change. But before that, you should have the means to attain the dharma, artha, and the kama. That is mainly the praneshana and the dhaneshana. Praneshana. For those praneshana, you should have a little bit of dhana, or the artha is required. Tasmat upakaranani pariyeshtum etata. So for that reason, you should have a little bit of the upakarana. So tatra upakarano upaya anuvyakhyasyaamaha. That is, you should have some upakarana. For that, you should have some upaya. Now, if you want to get something, what will you do? You should choose a profession through which you can attain some wealth out of it. So what are the professions you have to do in order to attain wealth in a righteous way, or with the in the dharma marga, how we are going to attain the wealth? That has been told. So therefore, some professions have been listed here. What are they? Tadyata krishi, pashupalya, vanijya, rajopasevadini. That is, you can go for krishi. Krishi means doing the farming. With the help of farming, you can attain a little bit of wealth. That is one of the methods in which you can attain wealth, dhana. Then pashupalana. Pashupalana means animal husbandry, or you can have cattle raising, or with the if you raise the cattle, then you can earn some money with that. Vanijya. Vanijya means mainly business. Any kind of business you can do, wherein you will get a share out of it. When you are putting some efforts while you are selling some product, you will have a share in it, and that bhaga will help in order to lead your life. Then Rajopasevadini. Rajopaseva means the Raja, or you can be in a service of the government, or governance, mainly in the Rajopaseva. Upaseva, that is, you are doing some service to the Raja or the leader of your nation. If you are doing that, that is also a dharma marga. Or yani cha anyani api satam vigarhitani karmani vritti pushtikarani vidyat tani arabheta kartum. So, or you can also start any of the work which is in accordance with the dharma, or one which is not leading you towards the adharma marga. Any of these things you can do. Or vritti pushtikarani, that is, you can also do some things which are supporting to the vritti. There is, for example, for the krishi, if something else is supportive knowledge, that you can do. So that will be very much helpful, right? For example, if you, for krishi you need manure. So if you are having the organic manure, the the vritti of supplying the organic manure, then that is considered to be one of the vritti which you can choose. So like that, there is supporting services. So supporting services are very, very important for any profession. For example, if you consider the pharmaceutical industry, the procuring of the drugs, this is a vast area. So the procuring of the drugs itself, for identification, proper identification, cleaning, and also processing of the drugs for the pharmaceutical industry will become a supporting industry for the the Vaidya, right? Or in Rajopaseva also, you have many categories. You have the services, you have the civil services, you have the clerical services. Many of the services are there. All these things come under the Rajopaseva. So any of these things which is vritti pushtikara, and also which will not lead you towards the wrong path, all those things can be done. That is what is told by, what is indicated, or what is the nirdesha here. See, once again we are telling that these are all the nirdesha, that is the direction, the guidelines, how the person should be. So why these things have been told here is because this is coming under the Nirdesha Chatushka. All directions and guidelines will be given here. Therefore, you can see that a lot of directions and guidelines have been indicated here. So if you do that like this, Tatha Kurvan Dirgan Jivitam Jivati Navamatah Purusho Bhavati. That is, you can see that the person who does like this can, that is, who acquires wealth in this way, will always have a Dirgha Ayu, or he will always have a good Ayu. That is, he will be happy with that. Iti Dvitiya Dhaneshana Vyakhyata Bhavati. So with these, following these professions of Satkarma, you can attain the Dhaneshana. So this is the desire. So Kama comes under this only. There is Dharma, Artha, Kama when you consider. So Arthayeshana, that is desire for Arthayeshana, is also considered here. Okay. Then the next important thing which we have to discuss here is the Paralokeshana. What is this Paraloka? Whether this Paraloka exists is our question. So whenever we talk about something like the Prana and Dhana, it was very simple that we understand that Prana exists. That is why we exist. We are talking, we are sleeping, we are eating something, we are able to see another person, we are able to see ourselves, we are able to feel ourselves. That is why we consider or we believe that our Prana is existing. We also know that Dhana is also important, because everything else is dependent upon that. That is, many a times for the Anupalana of the Prana you need Dhana, right? So that the importance of Dhana also is understood by us. What about this Paralokeshana? Whether it is required for us or not required for us, this is a confusion since time immemorial. Therefore, the same thing has been asked by the Acharya Agnivesha here. That is, or the explanation itself by Atreya Punarvasu includes this question. Atha Tritiyam Paralokeshanam apadyate samshayascha atra. It starts with the samshaya only. There is a samshaya that whether the Paralokeshana is important or not, whether Paraloka exists or not. Because many of the philosophers earlier to this, the writing of the Charaka Samhita, also have discussed extensively about this, and this is the question which remains in every every era. So katham samshayascha atra katham bhavishyam itaschyuta na eveti kutah punah samshaya iti uchyate santi hi eke pratyaksha parokshatvat punarbhavasya nastikyam ashitaha. Now the question itself is like that, the explanation is like that. That is, whether this why this samshaya, that is a question. Why there is samshaya? The samshaya is because some people believe that there is paraloka, and some believe that there is no paraloka. That is, the astika and nastika abhipraya are always there. The astikas always believe that there is a loka beyond this world also, but the nastika, there is one who do not believe that there is an external power or something, a supreme power, and also doesn't believe that there is one more loka. They say that there is no other loka, therefore their paralokeshana will not have any importance. Santi cha agama pratyadeva punarbhavam icchanti shruti vedhacha. So even if there is a certain class which say that there is paraloka, but they also have some bedha. That is, they have some difference in opinion. There is, the opinions are varying. What are those varying opinions? That also has been described here. So we have to understand that whenever there is a samshaya, there is abhipraya bheda. Whenever you have this particular samshaya is one of the tantra yukti also, right? So this samshaya is a doubt. So you can see that this particular context mainly starts with the samshaya, whether there is paraloka or not, because earlier acharyas also have, or the aptas itself have ascertained that there is a confusion in this particular subject matter. For praneshana and dhaneshana there was no controversy, whereas for paralokeshana they are bringing the controversy and they are clearing the facts. Because the controversy exists, you have to accept first that there is some controversy, so that that acceptation is already there, that acceptance is already there in the explanations of Atreya Punarvasu. So therefore you can see that bhavishyame itaschita na eveti kudah punah samshayati uchyate santi hi eke pratyaksha parokshatvat punarbhavasya nastikyam ashritaha. So there is a opinion that the pratyaksha the persons who believe only in the pratyaksha pramana, that is whatever is seen is what we have to believe. The people who believe in that pratyaksha they say that there is no paraloka because nobody has seen it. But ek means anyamata, that is ekiya mata. We have that this is a ekiya sutra, that is ekiya sutra has been defined here or has been included here, right? So they say that some people say that there is no paraloka. Santi cha agamadeva punarbhavam ichanti. But in the agama, that is in the Veda, etc., it has already been described there is paraloka, but there is a shruti bheda, that is there is bheda, there is difference of opinion, though they say that there is the existence of paraloka. So what are they? Mataram pitaram cha eke manyante janma karanam swabhavam paranirmanam yadrucham cha apare janaha iti atah samshayah kim nu khalu asti punarbhavo na veti. So the samshaya exists here. Why samshaya exists is because in the agama also, that is in the Vedas also, or the other shrutis, if you consider shruti, purana, samhita, etc., there are difference of opinions, and some people believe in different karanas. That is, what is the karana for punarbhava? For that they have different opinions. So what are they? Some people say mataram pitaram cha eke. They say that mata and pita are responsible for this. Some people say that swabhavam, this is by swabhava that punarbhava happens. Then some people say paranirmanam, that is it is because of some other factor, external factor which is influencing this. And yadrichaya, that is yadrichaya means just by chance the punarbhava happens. So the reason, the exact reasons for punarbhava or the karanas for punarbhava or the rebirth, right? That is palingenesis, what we say in English. So this rebirth, the cycle of rebirth, how it happens, that has been explained by different people in different ways. However, this particular fact will be cleared in this Samhita in the context of the paralocation itself. Is because why? Because we have to understand this in a proper way. Otherwise, it will be not helpful for us to proceed further. If we have to proceed further, we should understand whether there is punarjanma or not. Why? Because many of the diseases what we are going to treat is having a lot of importance with the context of this paralocation. If we have paraloka, then many of the things will be, or many of the concepts will be included. If we do not believe in the punarbhava, then many of the concepts should be devoid of the samhita. It should be rejected. Therefore, in Ayurveda, of course, we believe we are the Astika. Ayurveda is a Astika Darshana. It is not a Nastika Darshana, it is a Astika Darshana. It believes in the Punarjanma, it believes in the Vedas, it believes in the Apta. Right? You also have studied this in the first year also. So we will, in the next class, we will be discussing about how it is proved that Punarbhava exists or Paraloka exists, because in the Pratigna Vakya it has been told that we are going to deal with three things, that is Praneshana, Paralokeshana and Dhaneshana. Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Paralokeshana. When the three things have been told, then we should believe that the three things will be proved with the help of Pratyaksha, Anumana, Aptopadesha and Yukti, because these are the Chaturveda Pramana which has been told in the same context, right? So with the explanations of the Pratyaksha, Anumana, Yukti, etc., we can understand that how this particular aspect, that is Paralokeshana, is proved in the Charaka Samhita. So Charaka Samhita goes ahead of proving things in a very logical manner with the help of the Chaturveda Pramana. With the help of Pramana itself, it is being proved. So in this chapter, an example for proving something also is being taken into consideration, because further they are going to tell that there are 4 Pramanas. So what is the importance of Pramana? They are explaining this with the help of an example. They have taken a upalakshana here and then explaining that what are the pramanas. Okay, so today's class mainly we have dealt with the in the introduction to the Sutra Sthana of Charaka Samhita, wherein we understood that there are 30 chapters in the Charaka Samhita. Among those, they have been classified in a definite way called the Chatushka, wherein 4 chapters have been grouped as one Chatushka, and we have 7 Chatushka and 2 Sangraha Adhyayas. So among those Chatushkas, we have skipped the first two Chatushkas, especially 2.5 Chatushka, that is the Bhishya Chatushka and the Swastha Chatushka, because we believe that this has already been covered in your colleges. And in the Nirdesha Chatushka also Khuddaka Chatushpada Adhyaya and Maha Chatushpada Adhyaya might be covered. Therefore, we have started with the Tistraishaniya Adhyaya. There is 11th chapter, which is once again a chapter which is included in the Nirdesha Chatushka. Therefore, in Nirdesha, what will be there? There will be guidelines and directives. There will be directions, there will be indications, and there will be guidelines. So, the first guideline which has been given, there are 8 kinds of guidelines which have been given. So among those, the first guideline or the first directive is that a person who is having the Anupahata Sattva, Buddhi, Parakrama and Purusha has to have 3 desires. What are they? They are Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Paralokeshana. These 3 things will help him, help him to further go for the prana upalabdhi as well as the dirghayu. For that it will be helpful. So first thing we have discussed about why prana is important, what is the hetu for the understanding of the prana or praneshana, and what are the aspects which are related to prana. There is the karana for praneshana is the swastha vritti anuvritti, and also the vikara prashamana will become the important factors in the praneshana. In the dhaneshana, they have explained the methods or the means as how to be upakaranavattaha. Upakaranavattaha means how to attain the wealth with the help of professions or with the help of the supporting professions. That is, vritti pushtikarani, they have been told. That is the supporting factors or supporting professions for the professions like krishi, pashupalya, vanijya, rajaseva, etc. has been explained. With this, dhaneshana is possible. Then in the context of paralokeshana, they have considered the samshaya, that is the doubt whether the paraloka exists or not, and they also have cleared that there are 2 main opinions. That is, first opinion is that if you consider there is no paraloka, then usually it is the opinion of the nastikas or the charvaka siddhantins. And if you consider that there is paraloka, there also there are difference of opinion, wherein some say that the mata pita is responsible for the punarjanma. Then some people say that it is because of the swabhava, some people say it is because of paranirmana, and some people say that it is yadricha, that is it is just a chance. So whether these things have to be considered or not, that will be dealt in the subsequent shloka, subsequent gadya in the same chapter. Okay, so with this we come to the conclusion of today's class. In the next class on Wednesday, same time at 9, from 9 to 10 am, we will be discussing the further gadya bhaga of the Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthana, Tistraishaniya Adhyaya. If you have any doubts and questions, you can post it in the same portal, or also you can subscribe to the YouTube channel of Tadvidya Sambhasha Parishat, and you can mail to the same email ID. If you have any questions, your questions will be taken up and it will be answered subsequently. I hope that this was useful for you. If you have any suggestions or feedback, kindly give us so that we can improvise the way in which we are taking the classes. So with this we conclude. Thank you. Hari Om.